Well, hi guys, it's Steeljan here, and it's time to taste test the Coopers Concocter. And for anybody who doesn't know what the Coopers Concocter is, go back on my YouTube channel about 3 or 4 videos, and you'll see the making of the Coopers Concocter. And we'll go over that a little bit more in detail in just a minute. So let's pour one and do a review on it. Here we go. Okay, let's have a pour on this. I couldn't find my regular beer glass, so I'm using my old Jan Stein, and it's been washed in dish soap, so heaven knows what we'll get. But this beer, typically, I've already poured a couple, and it has kind of a okay head that disappears pretty quickly. And so there we have it, the Coopers Concocter. Let's go to the kitchen where we can review. Okay guys, I managed to step on my microphone cord and break it, so I've scrounged up this old one. Meanwhile, the beer has lost all of its head, but I haven't so far. Anyway, what's in this? Cooper's English Bitter, 2/3 of an ounce of Simcoe hops that I boiled for 20 minutes so that they be flavoring hops, 800 grams of dry amber malt extract, 1/2 pound of lactose milk sugar, and I used 5 US gallons of water instead of going with what would be 5 imperial gallons of water. In other words, 6.07 US gallons. I reduced it to 5 US gallons because I was hoping to boost the flavor of this. And I used WPL 001 yeast. And I did that because I was really trying to go for something in this, and I had some ingredients left over from when I did my last partial extract, my drop top amber ale clone, and you can see that if you go back a few videos. You can see me taste testing that. Okay, so I just want to say something. The cost of beefing this up came to $37.45 for 5 gallons of beer. Anyway, so let's test it. I smell hops and malty. It's malty and hoppy. And that's it. No citrusy, no nothing. Malty, hoppy. It's drinkable, and it has extract twang. I don't know how to describe extract twang, but I got it on most of the Coopers kits I made. It's this feeling that your tongue wants to stick to the roof of your mouth because something bitter's in there. And I remember writing Craig at one point in time, I hate hops, because I thought this was hops, was what I was tasting, but it's not. It's a particular, some taste. But if you can get past that, I can taste, let's see. Oh, the hops are definitely there. Some floral. Now what I was doing was I was trying to push this Cooper's English Bitter a little more towards an amber ale taste, and I knew it was not going to be colored as an amber ale, but I was trying to push it a little bit more there for taste, and that's why I added the lactose to make it a little frothy. It doesn't happen in this at all. It's very chill haze. You can't see through this beer. Well, let's see, how much can you see through it? You can see the color, but I mean, I can't see through it. I made this on May 18th. It had a week of primary fermentation. Second week was secondary fermentation. So I racked it on Tuesday the 1st into the kegs. So it's been carbonation conditioning in the kegs since then. And I've tried everything with, I've made, I couldn't even begin to tell you now how many Coopers batches I've made. 10 probably. And I've made many of them several times. I made this English Bitter 3 times. Yes, 3 times. I made this dark ale twice, and I've got an extra can of it sitting here. still in the closet. And I made the Irish Stout 3 times, I think. And anyway, I made a bunch of them, and the extract twang is what I can't get past. I mean, I put everything into this to try to get it right, but so that thing that's happening for me with these Coopers is just always going to happen with me. I do believe Craig when he says he gets absolutely fantastic beers out of Coopers. I totally do. I love Craig. He's a great guy, and not just around beer. His music, his philosophies, his cooking. I mean, he's just, even when he took that little record player apart and showed us how record players work and things. So, I mean, I believe him when he says he gets great beers out of Coopers. It could be the water. It could be that he's brewing in in his basement, which has a constant temperature. Up in Canada, he said several times on his videos that his temperature stayed at 68 degrees. Excellent. So maybe if these are treated right, they taste much better. And maybe the water I'm using store-bought. I just tried spring water, store-bought regular drinking water, and reverse osmosis water. That's what we use here in the house. We have reverse osmosis water. I had one Irish Stout batch that had so much twang that I literally put a sugar bowl above the kegerator in there, and when I'd pour a brew, I'd put about a half teaspoon of sugar and stir it around just to try to do anything to cut that twang down so it could be drank. And I've even poured out some Coopers kits after I've tasted them, and I just know. So this is kind of my last hurrah to try to make these work. Okay, let me say something else here. Lots of people say, well, it's easy to get a better Coopers. Just use 2 cans of this, or a can of this, and, well, just use 2 cans of this. Well, in the United States, these Coopers cans cost about $20 to $25 a can. So I'm already paying $20 for the can, and then I'm adding, I wrote it down here, the dry malt extract is another $4. So if it's 20, that's 24. If I double it, instead of the $4 dry malt extract, if I doubled this, I'd be paying between $40 and $50 for 5 gallons of beer. In 8 sessions, I could pay for all the equipment that I bought to go to all grain. That's tough. That's tough. So anyway, I think some people have great success with Coopers, or it may be that different ranges of people, different folks have different taste buds and like different things and are triggered by different tastes, in their mouth. And for me, I'm not sure the rest of this will actually be consumed. This is definitely not something I would have my friends and neighbors over to enjoy. And I'm not sure it's actually going to stay. It may be tossed. So that's my honest beer review. And Craig and all you guys, I really like my friends here on YouTube. I don't want to cause a war or anything, but I knew I had to eventually review the Coopers Concocter since I sort of stuck that video out there in everybody's faces to see. So this is all in fun. It's all just a hobby. We're having a good time. Have a homebrew, and have a good day, guys. I got a new remote control for my camera. It's really cool. Bye.